All right, we're out here the day after two-wheel drive. We're at the registration day for four-wheel. We're going to do a little track walk here, Yatabe Arena. They changed up the layout here a little bit for the four-wheel drive class, so we're just kind of walking through. We're on the straightaway here. No big changes here, except for now we got all the numbers on the starting line. So I don't really expect much to get interesting on the straightaway until we get to the end of the straightaway here, where we got a little hard right-hand turn, and this is where I expect it to get a little interesting in four-wheel. You'd probably be shutting down, trying to shut down on a forward and not really braking so much in the turn. You're going to probably want to shut down while you're still going straight where the black marks are here, and then you're going to want to make the turn probably in one nice arc if you can. It's not so much of an issue in two-wheel drive. The track had about a right amount of traction. Not many guys were flipping or traction rolling. I think really the only guy I saw on the main was maybe a cow, Orlowski. I saw him traction roll a couple times, but the other guys seemed like they did all right. That might be more of an issue in four-wheel because we're going to be coming in here faster. Guys are putting 5.0 motors in, 5.5 motors in, so we might see a couple traction rolls here in four-wheel. Kind of getting through the turn here. Same as the two-wheel. Got a little roller here. The difference is in four-wheel you're just going to be going a little bit, pulling a little more trigger. Probably going to get a little antsy. But the big problem that we had in the two-wheel was sort of that dead fish effect on the jump, where the car would jump nose high and you couldn't really get it down. Hopefully in four-wheel, with the four-wheel drive, you should be able to get the nose down the way you want. But I'm sure it's still going to be, you're going to be anxious with all the power and the traction, and trying to land on the other side cleanly and not flipping is going to be a big deal. So rock over the big jump. Probably the biggest change that's been made is we're standing on top of the big roller that was right in front of the driver's stand in two-wheel drive. Now we've moved it just to the side of the table, and kind of what I expect here is the guys to kind of whip through this 180, and that part should be already broken in. The turf should be already broken in there, but so I'd be concerned with maybe some traction rolling in that little turn coming off of the jump. But then what's going to happen here is more than likely you're going to jump the cars hard into the face of this big roller, and so it's going to be probably really loud, and you're going to hear that wood noise when the car flat lands into the face, and then it's going to be kind of floating in the air, and then you're going to come down kind of at a nice downside, hopefully. And what they've done is Masami pointed this out last night, and he was really concerned that guys were going to come through here and jump this corner, and he put up a big fence here. So if you plan on jumping this corner, you might pay the price. So they weren't taking any chances with that fence. So I think the smart thing to do here is probably going to roll on the downside of this thing, keep it on the wheels, and then come through here, similar to two-wheel. There's some fresh astro here and there where there were jumps before, so you can see it's all pretty nice and new. We get to where we were in two-wheel, where it's just this should be all nice and broken in from the two-wheel class already. You can see all the black marks on the dots where guys are coming through here. And tapping on each one of these a little bit. So now we're zipping through here. The forward, basically the jumps are in the same exact spot here as two-wheel. The big difference is we don't have the big roller afterwards. So the question is kind of in the air right now before anybody drives is, are they going to downside this double, cleanly and then drive through the next turn, or the guy's gonna like send this out? Because I'm sure you could probably jump this to the middle part of that little short chute if you wanted to. So what I'm kind of thinking is gonna happen is guys are right away gonna, first they're gonna downside it, trying the nice safe route, but then the aggressive guys are going to jump out further. Probably somewhere around here. They'll probably land somewhere out here. Then the question is, how good does your car land? Because if it doesn't land well, you can come off the track here. So that's would be the question: is do you want to take the safe route, double nice, and then drive through it smooth, or are you going to try to jump out far, hopefully the car sticks, and then kind of make the drive through here? And this is also another area where the Astro hasn't been ran on yet because there was the big roller here, so there'll be some break-in. This portion of the track will have to break in, basically this whole area. So then the question is, after you come off of this, two-wheel with double singles here, but how much lift does this jump really have? And could you, conceivably make the big triple here? They've already put a catch fence with anticipating guys going for it. So I'm assuming Masami already thought of that. You would think, being a 14-time world champion, you'd think he would think about that line. So he put up a fence, of course, and jumping it out. So if you could do it, probably the hot thing to do is to jump out far, flat land, nice smooth arc, and then triple this thing if you could do it. I don't know, like I said, I don't know what kind of lift you're going to get here, but that would probably be one of the things that would be interesting to see right away. But if not, you just double normal. That should be no problem with four-wheel drive. Then you do the big roller. But now we got back to the same 180 as before, but now we have no little stutter bumps, no of the rhythm bumps. So the guys are going to be able to accelerate hard here. The difficult part now is you're going to be on the brakes so hard into the face of this thing. Because you're going to come out of this turn going as fast as you can and brake as hard as you can on this, and then let it float over the top. So you're going to hear that chassis noise on the plywood again, right through here, and then kind of setting up for where they moved the rumble strip stutter bump suit, which has been a little bit of a controversy so far. They put in a little bit of a request through all the team managers through the different blocks to have Yatabe not put these in for the four-wheel drive class, but apparently they made a decision on it and they said no, we're putting them back in. So they took them out here and we put them in the turn because guys are so scared of them in four-wheel. They were such a big factor in two-wheel that guys are scared of them in four-wheel. But I think Masami was pretty hell-bent on wanting those in there. And you know what? We're kind of decision maker in two-wheel, so maybe that'll be kind of another story to follow in four-wheel. So probably two ways you could do this. Like we said, you brake hard into the face of this, and then you roll, and then you set up for the little jumps. Another thing you could probably do is you could probably jump this thing maybe here. Jump out here somewhere. And then you double the first set. So maybe the little harder, the driving hard line would be you hit this hard enough to jump about here, and then you double this, then you double again and single out through the chicane. So what I kind of see first is the guys rolling this at first and then trying to drive through here and get the line. But maybe as they get more and more aggressive, they're going to start jumping to about here and then doubling this one and then trying to double that one and then single out. If you got a single all these, it's going to make a big difference in your lap time. So if there's a guy that can jump these at all consistently, he's going to be at a big advantage. So, as we saw, Spencer had a big advantage in here during two-wheel drive, and there's nothing saying that he can't have an advantage over here. or somebody else. That's when you're going to get into the different cars. We got the TLR car, the Associated car, the new Yokomo car, which nobody knows a lot about yet. Typically the TLR car is really known for good suspension, good landing, good jumping. And maybe it's a little more sketchy in the turns here, but maybe that's an area where they can have an advantage. Dakota or Mayfield or Dustin Evans, you never know. The car should jump and land well, so maybe this works well for them over here. Maybe they can send this out a little better than the other drivers. That's kind of what I'm seeing so far. And then when we come through here, let's just say that by the time the mains are coming around, we're jumping a little out here, and we're just going to double this guy, double this guy. And then you're going to want to be square here. Coming through here, you're going to want to hit this with both front tires. And then your chicane. So this is going to be a big decider, because this determines how fast you can go through the little S turn. So if you don't hit this one right coming out, you could be offset here. You're going to go wide, then you're going to go wide, going through the chicane. If you do this right, and you can get this line, you're going to want to be like right here. So you're going to want to be right here. And then a little touch here, a little bump. It's kind of how you want to handle that. And I don't think you want to touch them here. I think you want to be more on the carpet, because as you start turning right, I don't think you want to be going over those. So I think you want to clear those, and then make a nice turn coming on the straightaway where you can use that 5.0 power to lay it down. So that's the track walk here, the four-wheel day at the World Championships with J Concepts. Let's see how accurate we are, and let's see how this all plays out tomorrow in practice.